Mr. Primetime.
It's been a while, man. Cheers.
It has been a while. Like, where the fuck you been, man?
Where were you Tuesday night? I was there. Where were you?
I was screening your calls. I was tweeting. I was screening. I was busy as shit over there.
So why didn't you hop on?
You guys were, because it was a composed Tyrone. He wasn't like all over the place, and you guys were actually. It was almost like a professional.
Because you didn't come on. That's why your job is to come on, kind of rattle him a little bit, get him off his game, and you let him go 2 hours straight.
But it was almost
we had like a normal show. That's what I'm saying though. Like I'm not used to that. It was like a normal football show. I'm like, dude, we haven't done this in months.
Dude, the listeners weren't used to it either. They're like, what the hell is this shit? They're all composed and nice and intelligent and facts and stats and complete bullshit.
And look at New York sports since. Rangers fucking firing their entire front office. Mets and Lindor, McNeil with the Rats and Raccoons.
We could start with that. We got your first question of the night.
I'm a little disappointed. I would have been okay with bringing Quinn back, but like for Gordon and JD, I mean, they pretty much built this entire thing, and it was acknowledged like this was a rebuild. You had the number 1 overall pick last year. You had the number 2 pick the year before that. So I mean, you're building your farm system the right way. You're finally doing a rebuild the right way. All these first round picks finally coming up through the system, and now as it's about to be time to finally turn it on and win, you fired the guys that built it. I thought that was kind of odd.
Yeah, no, I'm not really a Ranger fan, so I couldn't tell you. But Knicks are winning.
Especially John Davidson, too. I mean, he's so respected in New York. I mean,
everybody
he wanted to come here more than anywhere. Yeah, he wanted to come here more than anywhere else. So I was disappointed by that.
The Yankees are winning. Mets are winning. Knicks are winning. It's like, it's a big love fest in New York.
Clippers, yeah. Even the Mets 5 in a row now.
I mean, Joe Douglas, the genius, he just drafted 6, 7 Pro Bowlers. I mean, that's all you see.
All starters.
I mean, everybody. I mean, undrafted free agents, they're all Pro Bowlers and starters. I mean, we got this.
New era, baby. Now's the time.
It's let's see, we got here. Yeah. So what's up, Afram? What's up, Darren? So there's not a remarkable amount of things to talk about. They had rookie camp this weekend, and the thing I like the most, the early impressions, is the energy just amongst the team. That the young guys are all in it. They're all communicating. They're all excited. It's all about team first and earn your reps and earn your position, saying all the right things. It's excitement. It's a whole different culture on a team, man. It's a much different culture right now.
And I think that's a direct reflection off of Salah and the energy that just comes off of him. And I think the players sense that, they respect that. And, listening to Gase, I brought this up in the last video I did, listening to Gase for the last 2 years. I mean, how could you possibly listen to anything that he said and, not think anything but this guy doesn't have a fucking clue what he's doing? And I think from the fan perspective, we realized that as soon as Sam went down with mono, that 4-game stretch where he couldn't make one adjustment over 3 or 4 weeks, we were like, this is exactly what we were sold from Miami. And so from that point on, it was really hard to, buy into anything. And I think the players sensed a lot of that too. And so now it just, new coach, new quarterback, it finally feels like we got a fresh start here, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's there's a lot of excitement about everything, like I said, and it's just the energy around the team. And he's very well spoken. He's very passionate. He's very genuine. He's authentic. And the players are already, they can already sense it from him, man. They know, they have this feeling he has their best interest in mind. They talk about, strength and conditioning, nutrition, therapy, all these, cryotherapy, all this other stuff, taking care of your body. And it's just, it's you're setting your foundation now for the years to come. If you can prove that you're a legitimate coaching staff and you get the most of your players, next year in free agency, it all pays dividends. It's just all, and there's lots of positivity. And even I'm not going to go into what Zach Wilson looked like throwing the football in little 8-yard passes, but I like the way he handles himself, man. He's reaching out to teammates. They're reaching out to him. And he's like, listen, I'm here to earn, I want to earn my spot, earn my, earn the connections, earn the chemistry. He's a film junkie. He wants to be good. And they're just handling it right, dude. And it just seems like the stigma around this team where it's like you said, the whole Gase thing, the negativity and the bullshit and the media pounding on him, us all pounding on it. There's a glimmer of hope now. You say, we can see a blueprint. You can see it. You can see the light of where they're trying to go, what they want to do. There's a lot to be proven. Yeah. And it's some of the pieces that you wanted to see, the explosive nature and just all these, improved athleticism, all this stuff, it's been added, dude. So now it's exciting. It's okay to be a Jets fan now. It's all right, and the strangest thing is, dude, walking around and going to the gym, whatever like that, everybody's like, dude, I like your draft this year. Dude, that makes sense. And it's so weird to do that. And obviously you get the 1 or 2 people that want to criticize everything. But there's a lot of rhyme and reason behind this. And this is what we said, after free agency, we had some questions all right, how are you going to do this? Yeah. But then it's your cumulative, your totality of your offseason right now to this point. Okay, they're improved as of last year, I think, on and off the field.
Yep. No, it's definitely an exciting time. And, like you said, I think there's going to be plenty of growing pains this year.
Yep.
But if this is a year similar to the Knicks, or even if they don't make the playoffs, even if they go, 6-10 or 6-11, I guess would now be with the 17 games.
Yep.
Even if like you're not making the playoffs, but you're competitive every week against better teams, your quarterback's showing progress, your players are buying in, they're getting better every week.
Yep.
You're competing against teams that are better than you, especially like just having a game plan, a week of preparation that actually makes sense, play calling that makes sense, adjustments at halftime, shit like that. Fans will buy in quick. So, and that's like the whole thing right now. It just senseless. Like everything's different right now.
Yeah. And the thing that I'll keep going back to is like Salah and all his coaching staff are all saying the same thing. Even Joe Douglas, you don't have to lift us. We're going to help you. We're going to uplift you. Yeah. We're going to carry you. Like, and they're all saying, just be yourself. Like, we know what you can do. We're bringing you here to do what you're supposed to be doing. Just focus on that. Don't worry about being the king of New York and having to have the burden of getting the Jets out of being the worst team in football. Like, just be you. That's huge, dude.
And that's what it felt like every other quarterback had to do. They had to put the entire team on their back and save the franchise, save the city. It was all about the quarterback, and they had to rescue all the incompetence around him. Now, Zach Wilson's walking in, and he's priority number one already. He already has more than Sam ever had, more than Geno ever had. Like, this is what building around your quarterback should look like. And it's far from done. But the last 2 years, using your top 2 picks last year and then your top 4 picks this year, all on offense, that makes a lot of sense to me.
And they're all considered pieces to the puzzle. It's not just like you're the big piece. We're all just kind of move you around. Like, no, you're all part of it. You're one big team. You're all fighting together. And the Marcus Maye thing to me is really interesting because, going into free agency, we all kind of thought that they're going to bring in all these former 49ers to come implement Salah's defense and kind of be the captain and the mentor and all this stuff. And now it's like they didn't do that. And now Marcus Maye is like, he's like your senior guy back there in the secondary. Like, obviously Mosley's coming back, but nobody knows Mosley. He hasn't been there in fucking 2 years. So if you're looking at, you have Quinnen Williams and Marcus Maye, those are your leaders. So them trying to get a deal done with him doesn't really surprise me now because now he's like your veteran leader. He can be your captain. He could be like, listen, all you young guys running around, your heads like chickens with your head cut off. Yeah. Here's how we're going to organize you. And he can be kind of like the overseer of chaos in the secondary. So it kind of makes sense and also makes sense because he's probably not worth that franchise tag right now. He's probably not worth that $10.6 million, dude.
Well, what do you think he's going to get on a long-term contract? I mean, don't you think he's probably looking for that number times 3 or 4 years, probably?
But what if you give him like say 7 or 8 million for 4?
That's what I hope. That's what I hope he would take, but I don't think he would take that. I think he wanted his chance to test free agency. He was clearly pissed about it when the Jets tagged him.
Yeah.
He called out the organization, so I don't think he would give the Jets any kind of hometown discount to come back.
Yeah, to me it makes sense, and for the Jets to be that open about it, saying, listen, we're working relentlessly to get a deal done with him. Like they said that in the past with Jamal Adams, and that was a complete disaster. But I think now this is a whole new perspective here where the coach and general manager are on the same page. Say, listen, we have a ridiculously young secondary. We have, there's a lot of questions back there. It probably makes a lot of sense. Do they pay a little more to keep him here? I'm not really sure, but interesting.
I think from Maye's perspective, though, it makes sense to play on the tag this year. I mean, we talked about it a few weeks ago. He wouldn't have made that much if he was a free agent per year. So I think it makes plenty of sense, especially coming back into better defense, more pieces around him, Salah coaching him up. If he has a monster year, he'll get paid next year as a free agent.
Especially when other teams have a lot more cap space and there's a lot more certainty. I think there's safeties that are probably, in theory, better than him that took less money on a 1-year deal this year to just get through this year to make that big killing next year. So we'll see. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, the Zach Wilson takes, people come at me with shit. And I'm like, listen, he's been drafted by us. He's our quarterback. And now let's hope he plays well. I'm tired of seeing BYU highlights, to be honest with you. We know he's got a great arm. He's creative. There's all this shit. The whole competition thing. It doesn't matter now because guess what? He's your quarterback. So now build around him. Give him all the weapons you have. And he's got a lot of weapons now. I mean, he's got a lot of speed. I mean, I was thinking about it today. Like you talk about it, like building around your quarterback. These kids got a shit like in the world of the Jets. Not comparing us to the Chiefs. In the world of the Jets, this kid's starting out like at a treasure island, right? Yeah. Like, he's got to be like this. I love the NFL. Sam Darnold's probably like, what the fuck? But Zach Wilson's not. Well, it's not a desperate situation here.
No, definitely not.
So it's exciting about that. Whatever you guys want to talk about. I mean, it's really cool to hear these guys all saying that. And, Zach Wilson's got to earn his stripes, man. First guy in, last guy out, be a film junkie, be a voice of reason, help the receivers work together, establish chemistry, earn the respect of the veterans. He's got a lot of work to do. A couple of press conferences isn't going to do it, but he's well-spoken. He seems genuine. He seems like he loves the game of football, which seems to be the theme amongst all the players, that's how you change your culture, when guys want to be there. we'll do a show Wednesday night because the schedule comes out in prime time. Here's my question for you. Every year the Jets, they usually open up with like the Bills or some other shit.
Jacksonville.
You think so? I was thinking the same thing. I'm like,
Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson. Yep. That makes plenty of sense for the NFL. That's the ratings game right there.
Yep. Because the NFL loves that drama, like the week one, all the, like the fanfare, all the stuff.
Yep.
That makes, I'm down. I'd be there. Yep. But right. That's your prediction too, though,
right? It's at Jacksonville this year, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm down for that.
I was kind of thinking that, and I think they wouldn't do Jets Panthers that early in the season. They probably want to let the Jets get more acclimated first. They can build up.
That's going to be like a Thursday night primetime game. I think
the same exact thing. They want that fucking drama for us.
Yep.
So good to see Rose is here joining us. So hello to everybody. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for everybody that's been buying shirts. Holy shit. Hopefully I'll have them by a week from today. And we'll start mailing them out. So thank you for all that. Let's see. Tyson Roush, do you think our team now on paper is as good as the 2009-2010 Jets?
Whoa. No.
No. Not the offensive line still, I don't think, is on the same page.
Too many guys that are unproven right now.
And the defense.
It could be in a year or two if like all these picks pan out. But it's still so much to be proven. Even the free agent signings, a lot of guys that just aren't really proven. You're
the secondaries
have career years, but
we don't. In theory, we don't have any corners. Like, we have to figure out what our corners are. We don't even. I mean, that's right.
Prime Darrelle Revis versus what's in the secondary right now. Four all-pros on your offensive line versus Becton and maybe Vera Tucker.
Yeah, I mean, I like the enthusiasm around the team, but. This team has a lot to prove in terms of the coaching, the offensive line, the secondaries, a lot of things. But there is definitely an improved talent base, no doubt about that. Knicks are fun to watch, man. I will say I've been so wrong about Derrick Rose. I was so against it, and I've been so wrong about that. Holy shit,
I still remember the show where the trade happened, and you were real pissed about it. I'm like, dude, he's a backup. He's coming in. He'll be a nice little mentor, but
he's been phenomenal.
He's been that spark they needed off the bench.
Absolutely phenomenal. And it's like I can't wait to the playoffs now. It's just because the Knicks were irrelevant for how many years? Dude, like I wouldn't even watch them. I couldn't even dare deal with them.
I think a lot of fans were in that same boat. I mean, like I was a '90s Knicks fan. I never missed a game, and then like that stretch run just broke most Knicks fans. It's hard to watch those games.
So let's see. We got whatever you guys want us to talk about. We could talk about UFC, enormous card coming up this weekend. Yankees, Mets, Knicks. There's not really a lot. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about one of the fights that happened on Saturday. I forget which one.
Which one?
I don't even remember. I was too drunk while I was watching it.
Well, yeah, Bellator has been doing phenomenal. Bellator's on Friday night. Rumble Johnson came back. Sergio Pettis won the belt. There's so much MMA on right now. Then Saturday was who? Who won Saturday's fight? Oh, it was the women fought. The women were the main event. Cowboy Cerrone lost.
Oh, that's the fight I was going to ask you about. Yeah, Morona just put a whooping on him.
Yeah, I mean, but if we're being very honest here, the UFC gave him Diego Sanchez. So, that's who you're going to fight. He's probably going to win that one. He probably could walk away, but they could both walk away. Yeah. The Diego Sanchez shit's completely ridiculous. That coach should be locked up and just for a long period of time. Yeah. So they give Cowboy this kid in a week's notice. The kid's good, dude. Like, he's on a tail end of his career. He's 38 years old. He's on a tail end of his career. Yeah. But Dana White said today that he's going to get one more fight at lightweight. So that's cool. Edson's fighting Saturday night. Saturday night's card's phenomenal, dude. I cannot wait for that one.
He's fighting Burgos, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be but Edson, he's pretty slick down there. We could do some calls, Elias. What do you want to talk about your fucking baseball podcast?
Oh shit. Was it a rat or a raccoon, Elias? That's what I want to know.
Only the Mets would do that kind of shit.
Only the Mets.
Who's the worst coach, Adam Gase or? I feel bad, dude. Mike, that's crazy, dude.
Shit, damn,
Mike, dude. Wow. Email us your information. We'll send you a shirt, man. That's
at least we could do. Holy shit.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, man. That's crazy. That's completely crazy. Yeah, definitely email talkjetsradio@gmail.com, man. We'll send you some stuff, dude. That's insane. Thank you, man. Yeah, the Diego Sanchez thing is heartbreaking to me because he's like a UFC legend. He climbed the ropes, ultimate fighter. He's been around the sport a long time. And to watch what this coach is doing to him and the fucking nonsense and the way he's going out, it's sad, dude. Like, it's literally sad. Like, it's just his career shouldn't end like this, and he's only gonna get hurt even more than it already is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hate that shit.
I only saw the one article where he was like threatening to like expose some stuff like that goes on with the UFC and shit. I didn't see much about like what the coach was doing though.
No, the coach was doing all this like his coach just doesn't. He's not a coach. He's not an MMA coach. He's an idiot doing like just ridiculous training, poor coaching, like putting this kid out, throw him to the wolves, dude. Like completely unprepared. Just it's not healthy. And then they wanted his medical reports from the UFC before the fight. That's why they pulled him. Like, listen, I mean, you obviously have a medical issue. We're not going to sanction your fight if you clearly think you're hurt or something. Yeah. You can't. Like, if you have a concussion or any kind of lingering thing, you're not going to get approved. So, I don't know, man. I hate, like, it's just terrible. I
was a big Diego Sanchez fan. I started watching like the Ultimate Fighter back in the day. Like, he was my boy. I love him.
He's a legend, dude. He's a warrior. He's been in some wars throughout his entire career, like slugfest and this and that. And towards the tail end, man, it's just it hasn't like you hate seeing fighters go out like this. Like Cerrone is getting close to that. He's lost 6 in a row. But man, I hate seeing that.
It's become like the Chuck Liddell territory.
Yeah, it's not good, man. What's up, Dylan? Doing well?
What's up, Dylan?
Survived another holiday with my dude. Mother's Day, because now with Mother's Day, you know, and New Jersey's opening back up finally. So my parents are vaccinated and they feel much more comfortable going out. So I'm like, all right, we'll go out to dinner. What can go wrong when you go out to dinner on Mother's Day other than get raked over the coals? But you're like, you know what? Support small business and local businesses. So listen, they've been, you know, I don't mind paying, dude. But holy shit, dude. It's like, it's just.
See, we were smart. We did the Mother's Day brunch that was near us. Nice little all-you-can-eat breakfast, lunch buffet, some coffee, and then we're out. So worked out good. Got some Ritas afterwards.
Damn, Mike, you were too kind to us, man. We definitely appreciate that.
Thank you, Mike.
Definitely generous. What's up, Johnny? Paul Mayweather, I think those fights are all a joke, dude.
Got your hat.
It's like
he knows what he's doing, though. I mean, you give him credit. He's got everybody fucking talking about it. So
dude,
he knows what he's doing.
It's the McGregor thing. McGregor created this game. You cause a stir, you cause chaos, you get everybody interested. And as much as you all hate it, we're all going to watch it because now we're just like, this is annoying.
We're all talking about it. Yeah.
It's marketing 101, man.
Bingo.
So let's see. How's your baseball team doing?
5-2.
Look at you.
3 straight 1-run wins. 2 of the 3 were walk-offs. A walk-off suicide squeeze, and then another one where we came from behind in the last inning.
Did you call the suicide squeeze?
I did.
Look at you.
Yeah, we're rolling.
You'll be leaving us soon.
Mets might have to bring me on board.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Dana White. And Dana White loves Diego Sanchez too, man. That's the sad thing. The Canelo fight was sick, dude. Romeo, I was talking to you during the fight, man. That Canelo is a beast.
I thought Sanders was winning before that 8th round.
He was. I thought he was too. Yeah. That's why I was surprised he wasn't getting off the chair. I'm like, how's he not getting off the stool? I'm like, dude. Yeah. I would go back and just until I get dropped on the floor because you're go in there and throw as much as you can for 30 seconds and try to win it.
Yep.
So I guess
he just couldn't see.
Yeah. And so the first guest seeing him there, you didn't see the damage to his eye at that point. I'm like, how are they not getting up? Like, get in there.
Yeah.
But then you saw the damage after. So,
yep.
Tyson, I'm your mother and I hate the meal you gave to me. Well, Rose, that's not the case because she was completely happy. It cost a fortune, but she was completely happy. Good seafood down in Point Pleasant.
Nice.
But no, it's so cool to see the Jersey Shore opening up, man. The restaurants are all back. People are out. These, I mean, as in everywhere else in the country, but the Jersey Shore is a touristy area where they lost all last year in the summer. That's and sadly, a lot of places are out of business. Like you go down in certain areas, like you always go to like your same watering hole, your favorite little places, and they're all closed and they're not opening back up. Like you call for reservations and like, we're closed. I'm like, all right, when you opening? And they're like, they're not. They're done. I'm like, it's kind of fucked up. But
even a few places in Morristown have already closed. It sucks.
Yeah, it's sad, man. Let's see. Tyson, you see all the shit Colin Coward saying? No, I don't see anything because I hate the guy.
Makes sense.
It's like you go on today, like, because now, like, football news kind of.
Wait, isn't he the same guy that tweeted, like, Sam Darnold, Adam Gase, and Greg Williams, AFC Championship game, here we come, or something like that? Where you buy your tickets? So. And
then ripped us for ripping Adam Gase. Like, you guys don't know anything. Yeah. So. Yeah, so then like today, like, because news is kind of dying down. Like I'm waiting for the Jets to sign like a veteran quarterback or maybe some kind of whatever. So then you see all this Tim Tebow shit. I'm like, off Twitter I go now because I'm not dealing with this shit now.
Good thing I wasn't on Twitter today and see.
Oh yeah, the minute that whole Tebow thing came up.
What's he playing tight end?
Yeah, she did that 7 years ago.
Yeah. Well, the Jets tried him there.
See now,
right
people. So now you have a little. You have like a following now with your coaching. We got to come to your game, man. You play any weekend games?
No. Sometimes on Saturday we play, but it's usually early morning.
All right. Am I the only one here hoping one day Vincent, Tyrone, and caller Steve make a stream together?
Yeah, you're probably the only one.
You're the only one. I'm out for that one. Is Legend doing good? He's right down there with his headband. He's making a new headband right now. So he's doing fine. Let's see. What we got here? Where can you buy a shirt? It's all over our social media. I should probably share the link, huh?
Might help.
Yeah, we got the link somewhere. Hold on a second. I gotta find it. You keep talking prime time. I'm trying to find the link.
Find some more comments. Who do you think should be the backup for Zach Wilson?
Nick Foles.
I'm fine with Nick Foles. I'd be fine with that. Would you trade for him though, or you sign him as a free agent until he gets cut? So what
would you have to give?
I mean, I think they would probably just give him away to get rid of the contract.
6th round pick, 5th round pick,
conditional 7th, maybe even.
All right, we shared the link for that. Can you please have a shout out? There's your shout out.
There you go, Yoni.
What's up, Rutgers?
What's up, John?
Slick? So it's so nice when everybody's happy and excited and shit. There's not all negativity, nothing to fight about.
Definitely not used to this.
We definitely. I think the same thing Primetime does. Yep. Week 1. So we'll do a stream. We're gonna do a stream Wednesday night for the draft release or for the schedule release. Then we can start booking our trips we want to go to. And
what time is it? 8:00?
I think so. Yep.
Perfect.
Let's see. Are you surprised we passed on Jenkins and drafted Jenkins? All right. So what we can do is we can go to some callers if you want prime time.
Yeah, bring them on.
Let's see. Oh, the game's is Jaguar game is here or is it that it's down there? Is it here? I don't even know that.
Oh, is it New York? I thought they were in Jacksonville for that one.
I look at the schedule.
I'm probably wrong.
Whatever it is, we'll be talking about it on Wednesday. Do we enter the Jets schedule contest? I didn't.
I definitely did.
Carolina, we will definitely be going.
Yeah, it's at MetLife. So Trevor Lawrence is coming to us.
And then you listen to Governor Murphy today. He's kind of saying that fans will be back in a very, very large perspective when the season starts. I mean, I think after you watch the Canelo fight and there's 73,000 fans in Dallas, it's gonna be very hard for Murphy to say, only 30,000 games at 30,000 fans at MetLife. So that's cool. I think the Jets, if I read it right, the Jets are selling single game tickets starting Wednesday night. So once the schedule is released, they're going to start selling single game tickets.
Wow. I'm surprised they're even doing that. I thought the only way you'd ever get into MetLife was through a PSL.
Yeah. Let's see. Can't wait to finally feel proud to wear my Jet jersey. Yeah, man. Then I went for a run on the boardwalk. I wore my Jet shit. I was all happy and stuff. Like no.
There you go.
Not with my head down. Let's see.
I just saw one from. I think you tweeted something about this today about what the Jets could have gotten at 23-34.
Fucking Seth Walder.
Yeah, that's who it was from. Yeah, I'm not going to second guess it. I mean, you target the best available guard. You're able to get him for what I thought was fair compensation, at least according to the value chart. So.
Yeah, and his whole principle is basically saying you can get 2 offensive linemen as compared to 1. So the value of the 2 is greater than the value of the 1. But if they have him ranked that high, that's so it's like, would you rather? What if those are 2 average ones, and then they passed on Jenkins the second time? So obviously he's not high on their board because they, it depends on their rankings. I understand what he's trying to say, but I just, gotta see how it plays out, man. I don't know.
Yep.
I can't see people getting arguments over it and shit like that. Brady coming to MetLife too. That's great.
Oh, great.
Let's see what else we got to do. Tebow, yeah. Let's see. What can we expect from Jabari Zuniga? I have no idea. Good question. It's a very good question.
Didn't really see much of him last year. So I mean, between him, Cameron Clark, I mean, you hope these guys can emerge as something. Maybe even Piron.
And then you hope to see a lot more like guys like Bryce Huff and John Franklin Myers, like in this defense. Maybe they could do a lot more.
I'm just wondering, like, where Zuniga's going to fit in, because, like, what I've been seeing from, like, most of the people is that you've got Carl Lawson on one side, and then it's probably going to be John Franklin Myers on the other side with your 4-3 as far as your ends go. And they're saying Zuniga's probably going to be a 4-3 end. So, is he just part of, like, a platoon with Franklin Myers, or, how's that going to work?
Good question. Do we know what number Zach Wilson is? It could be number 2, it could be number 1, it could be number 11. We have no idea.
I feel bad. Who is it? Catfish Billy, I think, who ordered the jersey. I'm like, damn, bro. It sucks.
Tyson, you wear your jet ski running at the shore for motivation from running away from Giant fans? Giant fans are all busy sitting home eating cheese and drinking wine. They don't go on the boardwalk and run. Yeah. There's my shot at them. Name Zach a captain? I don't think so. I mean, let's just get to the season, and so we will go to Mr. Baseball. So now, Elias, did you watch his baseball banter with his exclusive interview he had?
I didn't see the exclusive interview. I watched a few minutes of one episode where he had like 6 different guys going nuts when Rhys Hoskins almost hit the game-tying home run at Philly.
So apparently they had the Mets manager on, but
did they? Oh wait, no, I did see. I think that I saw a clip of that, but it wasn't like the real Mets manager. It was it was basically what we do with Adam Gase,
right? But he didn't have the imposter. They had like a. We'll bring him on. We'll criticize his trying to steal our concept idea.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get permission on that one, guys.
We don't need permission. You can do whatever you want, but if you're gonna do it, at least make it great.
What do you mean? I think it turned out well. We had like if you turn your camera off here, you have like the picture of someone. So my friend just made us Luis Rojas, and I think it turned out all right.
Yeah, but if you had like some kind of costume or some kind of getup, it makes it a lot more fun, man.
Hey, that was his choice, not mine.
You gotta be creative, man. If you're gonna if you're gonna go big, go big, man. Like
we'll do another interview. We'll do another interview. That's for sure. Maybe, hopefully, primetime you can replace Rojas because he stinks at his job, and I like the squeeze bunt for the walk off. I like that.
Bringing back the bunts, especially in high school baseball. You got kids that are always swinging for the fences. Play small ball. Usually works in high school ball.
I mean, you got Patrick Mazika worked for him. So
there you go. That's swinging bunt.
You're playing well though, man. All that stupid raccoon.
That's what they needed. That's what they needed though. Not the story afterwards, but sometimes like you've got dust ups in the clubhouse. That shit happens. Yeah. Players can handle it. They can sort that shit out. Exactly. You hold each other accountable and you move on. You air out whatever your grievances are, and then you turn the page. And so, should they have concocted that story? Probably not. It only drew more attention to it. But that shit happens in every fucking major league clubhouse. So I'm not mad about it. And look what they've done since 5 in a row.
It's not like a Gino and Ike and Pauly situation there. Like, and also like seeing Lindor come on camera during Jeff's press conference.
When he gave him a hug. Yep.
I love Lindor, man. It's good to see him actually playing well now. So.
You're getting
Adam Gase. I appreciate that.
They're saying I'm being too critical. Interview the raccoon. See, now that would be interesting. I would like to see that.
You should have a raccoon as one person and
a rat.
Somebody else has a rat.
Yep.
And then had like the
way more likely be a rat. I lived in New York for 9 years. I saw a raccoon once there in some random alley. So
Lindor said it was what a raccoon, right?
A rat. Yeah. Well, it was just a whole joke. And then the acting GM was like, "Oh, I didn't like them doing that because I guess he doesn't like fun." But I kind of like him though. I hope he goes full time. Hopefully we finally actually get an.
What I think the GM meant was just like all you have to do is come out and say, what happened is going to stay inside the clubhouse, and we're turning the page. But by concocting that story, now it's back pages on the post and everything like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the Yankees, Elias?
I mean, I haven't been, I'm not a Yankee fan, so I don't know about them too much. I still don't.
So wait, so you take shots at them? You don't know much about them.
I still don't love their roster.
So if you don't really watch them, then how could you evaluate the roster then? Like, what would you basing your assumptions on?
I got friends who are Yankee fans.
So it's just.
Okay. Well, baseball is different from football. Stats say a lot more in baseball than they do in football.
Okay,
you can agree with that, but I'm not just looking at like.
No, I mean, I actually watch the game, so I actually base my opinions on like facts and like watching it, not just like reading a newspaper and saying, "Hey, there it is." Like
stats are legit.
Okay,
look at OPS.
That's how you're gonna form your opinions, by just going by stats. So you're like a numbers guy.
Sometimes stats can lie though, especially in baseball.
Stats definitely can lie.
You could have a 2 for 4 where you look like shit at the plate. You could have an 0 for 4 where you hit 3 hard hit balls. So that's baseball.
I was just saying in that video, I just said their team on paper.
But I'm saying you have no problem going on Twitter and passing off your little Yankee takes up. If you don't really watch the team and know what's going on, it's kind of being fraudulent, no? I mean, you're a baseball podcast. You should be more invested in it and take pride in your work.
I mean,
right, prime time.
I'm more of a Mets podcast though, so
maybe you should change the name. That shouldn't be called. Just.
Well, it used to be.
Rising Apple.
I used to have a co-host who was a Yankee fan, but he got too busy, so maybe I have to change the name now.
Yeah, I mean, just if you want to pass out the hot takes, man, make sure you can handle them.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, I got a question for you guys.
But see that like right now, because right now I'm looking at you and I see Big Apple baseball banter. Well, the New York Yankees playing the Big Apple. So then, if that's that's where we're at, right? Prime time, like.
Yeah, but the Mets actually have a rising Big Apple when they hit a home run. So
right, but the
point is, associate the Big Apple with the Mets.
If you're gonna give the impression that you're talking about all New York baseball and you don't really watch one team, it's not really the Big Apple.
It was like that. I used to
you should call it like half apple baseball.
Small apple baseball.
Small apple.
Rotten apple.
I think rising apple baseball would be good. Although I think there's
apple?
something like rising something with Mets in it.
Yeah, but this comment says here, when are the Mets getting a real GM? We need one who's not a player agent, a creep who sends 60 unread messages. We need an actual GM. Hopefully soon. Hopefully this guy Scott seems pretty decent. So
to answer this, to as much as we bash Chris Johnson, he has learned and grown as an owner. His hiring of Gase actually helped the Jets. I mean, nothing helped the Jets there.
Number 2 pick.
This is more. A lot of this is more Woody Johnson, isn't it?
He wasted our previous quarterback.
I can't give Chris Johnson credit for much of everything.
It seemed like the comment was almost saying that I guess the hiring of Gase, which led to Joe Douglas, ultimately led to us getting solid. But I'm not giving Chris Johnson credit for that.
No,
I mean his tenure with the Jets over the 4 years where he was in charge. I mean it was awful.
Maybe hiring Gase taught him a lesson of what not to do next time or something like that.
Well, I mean, their organization became a complete dumpster fire. They had no choice but to rebuild.
But even still, though, with this last hire, didn't Joe Douglas run the head coaching search? Wasn't this pretty much his hire? So
if you give him credit for anything, you give him credit for backing off and be like, hey, listen, Joe Douglas, you handle football guy, make football decisions. We've already,
Well, who determined the whole organizational restructure?
I thought that was
Chris. What does Chris even do anymore?
I think Woody Johnson did that.
I thought that was announced once Woody came back that he was giving Joe Douglas more authority.
It was announced at Hey Javed, your boy DK Metcalf ran in some Olympic thing.
I saw that.
Maybe George Kittle should run in that.
That was impressive.
He clearly isn't good enough at tight end.
Shots fired.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding, man. Actually, Javed, you should do a film breakdown on Tim Tebow, the tight end. That'd be funny.
Jose wants to be the rat in your new podcast.
Oh, he comes on my show, so he can do it, man.
Jose's a celebrity now, so we gotta be careful.
100%.
Become like Tyrone now. Start charging.
Are you guys planning on coming up to Buffalo for a game this year?
I don't know if I can go back to Buffalo. Been there twice. Not even
three
too
times.
cold.
They lost all 3 times.
Terrible games every time.
Bills are too good. Yeah,
the Jets are that bad.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
we went both games were with Bowles as coach. So
exactly.
Well, if we go up there, what are you going to do? We going to go out and get wings or something?
Sure, I'll come say what up.
The wings are overrated.
If I can make it.
So, what are your thoughts on this rookie camp and the whole, just the whole feeling around the Jets right now? It's pretty cool, right?
I mean, it's a great feeling. I haven't really been keeping up with much going on in rookie camp because
what the fuck?
No.
Let me get this straight.
Going on.
Hold on a second. So wait, you calling to talk Jets? You didn't keep up with rookie camp. You want to talk baseball? You don't watch the Yankees. What the fuck do you do?
What is there going on?
What are we doing here?
The storylines right now are: is Wilson number 2? No, I've seen clips and shit on Twitter. I'm just saying, there's not much. People are trying to make stories of what's going on in rookie camp when you don't have much to go off of. 3-yard passes and Wilson wearing number 2.
But the question, I didn't say analyze the play calls. I said, what do you think about the feeling around the Jets?
I love it, man. It's a good feeling.
There's your answer. See, prime time. We got to coach him through this interview now.
It's a great feeling.
What are your thoughts on Zach Wilson's all gas, no brakes bracelet? What are your thoughts on that?
Sweet, man. That's got to be the saying around the team. He had that. He had one back in college. I don't know what it said, prove them wrong or something. So maybe that's his thing, the bracelets and whatnot. But
bracelets, the headbands. Let's go.
We're definitely gonna do stuff with things now opening up. Now we're gonna do road trips, training camp stuff. We're gonna do something. Especially when they had those Saturday things. We can go like all meet at the place across the street.
We still allowed to go to training camp?
Oh, we just got to go in like incognito.
Go like Bobby Valentine back in the day.
We haven't even asked for our credentials back. I'll have primetime ask because I'm not going to try with my end.
I think they'd let us back in.
The team, you know, it's a new regime,
new era. Let's start fresh.
Let's give these Let's Talk Jets guys another try.
I think
we can start a campaign.
Yeah, start a petition or something.
And then when they say no, we can go back on a rampage and rip again.
The team.
Get another 5 years of not being allowed on there.
I think just hopefully they don't see the Chris Johnson interviews because if they see that
they've seen it all, dude.
There's no shot.
Elias, I can tell you right now, everything we did last year, they know all about it. There's no hiding what we did last year. That shit was everywhere.
It was about accountability.
Your guys' streams, like there was you. I think one of you guys on the Let's Talk Jets Instagram like commented something and it got liked by the actual Jets. And you guys were talking about that's a new intern. That's someone who's like got hired who has gone through full training yet. That was pretty funny, man.
Or maybe they've actually turned the page and they're starting to accept us. They realize, all the negativity was really just about accountability, holding them accountable for poor decisions over pretty much 2 decades now.
Chris Johnson, that he said that he's sick of losing, and
and so are we. So we're on the same page.
All right, we'll try again. Prime time, try again. See what they say.
I'll hit up our contact and see what happens.
Are you just gonna be able to do the game streams if you guys are going to the games live? Because those were
we can, but it'll be different though.
Yeah, when tanking and whatnot, like I had your guys' stream next to the game just synced up. That's the only way we could get through it, man.
We'll definitely do, if we go to the game, we'll do a lot of stuff from the parking lot. We can do stuff from this. We can do all kinds of shit, man. Post game, we'll still do. We can do all kinds.
We could even go live at the game. I mean, it might just be hard to hear, but
probably just be with like the internet and like all that kind of stuff.
That too, yeah.
That figured out, yes.
And then they know we're there. They'll probably block our shit. So,
well, as long as we're not like broadcasting the actual game, as long as the camera's on us, I think it's fine.
Keep it on you, exactly.
So,
Elias, thanks for joining us and pretty much offering nothing to the stream. We appreciate it.
I appreciate that, man. You have a night.
Good talking to you, man.
He's a celebrity now, man. We got to keep higher standards here.
It's big time now.
Let's see. There's a question up here. Actually, I did go to house show. I was there all the time. I was there
every year.
Yep.
Every year, me and my dad used to go. We always picked a day where there was 2-a-days, and we would go to the morning session. We'd go get lunch somewhere down the street, get some autographs from some of the players, and then come back for the afternoon. Made a whole day.
Yeah, I loved it, man. One of my favorite things to do. Just go there. You go to the morning session, go out, get a couple beers for lunch, come back for the afternoon session. Players also send autographs. It was so much different than it is now. Much more fan friendly, much more interactive. Now it's like very commercial. We will go to JNT250. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
What's up, dude?
Good. First time calling in, so figured I'd give it a shot.
What can go wrong, man?
Exactly.
Can't be any worse than Elias, that's for sure.
He seems
what's
like
on your mind?
Guy.
He knows his stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty excited about everything that we've seen so far. I mean, not in terms of like we know exactly what's going to happen, but all the stuff that the Jets are doing, like with their social media and building hype and excitement around the team, like what's not to like whenever you see a Robert Saleh interview and he's telling like a funny story about what happened in practice, or he's just, you saw those draft day phone calls. It just gets you like such in the mood to like be excited to watch football, because every Sunday for the last feels like 3-4 years has been a bit hopeless.
You're right, dude. It's a whole different feeling, man. Between Douglas, Saleh, the players are all buying in. They're all like, everybody just has like a positive energy about that. Like they're excited to play football. They're excited to get better, train hard, work hard. It's now
and not just that. Real quick, like there's going to be enough time to like complain about different shit, like when the season starts, rookie, quarterback lumps, and rookie head coach growing pains and all that. Like from right now until the start of training camp, what's there honestly to be mad about and complain about? It's a new era, new quarterback, new coach. Let them get acclimated. Let them get their feet wet and all that, and just hope that this thing actually finally turns around.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that I really don't like that I'm seeing is, obviously the media's got to do what they got to do to get clicks and whatever. But you see like win totals about everything like that. And I just completely hate how there was this clip from like Good Morning Football like 2 days ago where it was like Nate Burleson and Kyle Brandt. Those guys are saying like the Jets need to get like 8-9 wins, make the playoffs. I don't even care about any of that with like a new coach and, quarterback coming into the building. I just want to be competitive. Like you look at Joe Burrow in the Bengals last year and Kyler Murray in the Cardinals before, like they were picking first overall. Yeah, they didn't do very well in their first season, but they were competitive. The Bengals were what, like 4-11-1, and were in games with teams like the Browns and the Steelers, beat them even once with backup quarterback. And you had the Cardinals like 2 years ago who looked absolutely like miserable with Josh Rosen. They moved, get Kyler Murray, and there's excitement around the team. And I think that's all that I really want out of this season. Like, I wouldn't be mad if the Jets had, 5-6 wins, even 4 wins, but as long as you're in games doing something, because it just feels like the last 2 years, even though we went 7-9 a couple years ago with the first season with Gase, it felt like there was still no future anyways. Like, you knew that this Gase thing wasn't going to work out. We got a pretty easy schedule in that back half of the season because we were playing, and we even lost to 2 winless teams in that season. So you kind of knew like things weren't going to work out.
No, and you get prime time.
Well, that's why I think it's kind of hard also, because there's going to be comparisons between him and then Trey Lance, who was picked third. But the Niners also, they're not, the third worst team in football. They moved up to go get him. Even Mark Sanchez, I know he was talking about that. The Jets, they moved up to number 5 to go get him. They were a team that should have been in the playoffs the year before, if they didn't have that December meltdown. But, they were still a 9-win team that had plenty of talent on it, and they brought Sanchez into that. So, for Zach Wilson, he's coming into what's legitimately the second worst team in football, even though they did have, I think some significant upgrades in free agency. I think they drafted well, but it's probably going to take time for this class to actually show out. So, yeah, there's going to be plenty of rookie growing pains this year. It's just a matter of, are your guys coached up well? Are they progressing week after week? And if you have those boxes checked, I don't know what's there really to complain about.
Yeah, I mean, you're coming off one of the worst seasons we've seen in eons. Last year, they're one of the worst teams in football.
We said it was worse than Kotite.
So you look at that. So if you're going from a 2-win season that was terrible to a brand new coaching staff, brand new quarterback, new system, all these things, there's going to be all kinds of growing pains and learning curves. But be competitive, act like an NFL offense. Get Zach Wilson comfortable. And as the season progresses, be playing better. Like, all right, you see him getting better week in and week out. You see them all getting better and improving. If you win 6 games, you're cool with that. Like, nobody's saying 10 wins this year. Like, just say we just want to see a lot better product than we saw last year with all these young players. That's a positive, man. It's hard to get mad about. Yeah, 9-10 wins. I would never say that. Not for this team. Yeah, not this year. So, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. You guys have a good one.
Good stuff, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, and I know, like he said, like everybody wants to get their clicks in and all these hot takes, and you got to see this and you got to see that. And like, listen, man, it's just let it all play out. Like, you couldn't really overhauled your entire organization at this point.
Pretty much, yeah.
Competitive football, man, and you'll know. Like, you saw how many games last year they weren't competitive. The last 2 years they weren't competitive at all, dude. Middle of the first quarter, middle of the second quarter, I knew the game was over. We had no shot. It was over, and we're sitting there ripping down Trulies and shit. So,
hopefully those days are over.
I hope so too, man. So, what's up, Clutch? Jomo's been awesome, man. Jomo called in our Tuesday show, had some excellent calls too. So he's been on. He had that. His first one was terrible, and ever since then he's been good. Was that not wrong word to use? These shirts are $19.95, man, and then $2 from every shirt goes to the Scars Foundation. They support mental health awareness and all kinds of cool initiatives. So we do that. We will go to what the hell is this background? Zach, what are we looking at here? Prime time.
Oh.
It's kind of like a screen.
Hey guys,
it looks almost like MetLife Stadium.
Almost right.
like we're talking to a robot.
Yeah, nah. But what's going on, guys? How are you?
What the hell is that screen? You're making me. I think I'm.
Here, hold on 1 second. It's my room. Sorry about that. It's just the lighting. Off, but how are you guys tonight? Yeah,
your lighting's off. It looks like you look like you punched your screen or something like that.
Yeah, but no. I wanted to get your guys' take on the season. What do you think? What do you think the Jets have done? How would you grade them from, I would say, A through F? How would they've done overall with the upgrades? With regards to draft and free agency and what can they do better?
Okay, I don't really give grades usually, but I would say they're significantly improved from where they were last year. I think they have a lot. There's an influx of talent. The quarterback we don't know. I mean, the change from Sam to Zach Wilson remains to be seen. But I think they're the defense that they have a pass rush probably for the first time in a long time. The receiving group is significantly upgraded. I like the speed at running back. The offensive line has a chance to be much better than it was last year, which is good. I mean, that's really. I don't really give grades. I think they're better. He had a mission and he accomplished a lot of it. there's still concerns. The corners are a concern, and then the right side of the line is a concern. I mean, what do you think, Prime Time?
No, I mean, I'm happy that they prioritized the offense in the draft. I wish they did a little bit more in free agency. You know, some of the signings like Gerard Davis, Keelan Cole at $5.5 million. I thought they maybe overpaid slightly there. Even Carl Lawson, I think he's got plenty of potential. Now he's got to actually do it for $15 million. So, you know, you paid a lot of money for these guys. Hopefully they can come in and, you know, live up to those contracts. But, you know, the draft really kind of sold me. Like I said last week, I felt like that was the first time Joe Douglas really put his footprint on this team. Yep. You know, made a critical decision with his quarterback, prioritized, you know, building around the quarterback with an offensive lineman, wide receiver right after, even a running back with good value in the 4th round. So, you know, after the draft, I feel pretty good. Before the draft, I was a little sketchy on some stuff, but now I'm feeling pretty good after the draft.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that, you know, a big upgrade. Definitely what we've seen in the past has been, you know, just beyond terrible. You know, past decade, obviously, has just been, you know, dreadful. And, you know, obviously it's crazy, man. Just seeing guys like Robbie and Sam just leave. It's almost like you have like this kind of deja vu feeling like these guys are just going to like excel. Like these guys are just going to like go to Carolina and just like hit it off. But you know what? Like, you know, the Jets didn't do anything to help Sam. You know, with all due respect, Sam deserved better. He did not obviously get the help he needed. That really, you know, just showed. And, I think that, you know, brighter days are ahead. I think it's going to take time with Zach Wilson. You know, everybody just wants results right now. You know, we haven't been a good team in a while, obviously. So I think it's going to take a while, but I think Wilson, I think Douglas, you know, just seeing the videos and everything and the hype. I mean, Salah's like the guy the Jets needed all along. I mean, this guy just brings it. There's honestly not many guys like him in the league in terms of like passionate motivation. So in terms of just this season, it's a huge upgrade, and I think Jet fans should be ecstatic if they aren't already. I mean, this guy is going to bring it. He's going to make fans want to come out every Sunday, and you know you're finally going to see a Jet team that actually wants to, you know, play really damn hard and give a crap for once. You know, so you know, just exciting times to come.
Zach, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Man.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.
Have a good night, man.
No, I mean, I think that too. Like right now, I think that, you know, like I'm excited to go to games. I mean, obviously, I'm excited to get the hell out of the house anyway. I'm tired of being like a caged rat. But like to see like all like the live sporting events, like the Canelo fight or the UFC down in Jacksonville, like all like fans back in the stands, you're excited about that. But also, this team is exciting, man. Like regardless of what you think about Zach Wilson, you know these guys are going to have all kinds of passion and energy coming from the coaching staff. There should be the offense should be light years of what it was last year, just because we have more playmakers. Regardless of Zach Wilson, dude, the receivers we have now, the playmaker, the running back. I mean, it's like.
See, I think it's the opposite. I think it's more so the coaching than the talent around them. Yes, the talent's upgraded, but now that you actually have guys that, you know, coaches that can scheme guys open, you know, you actually trust what they're doing during the week to prepare for a game. Like, I think that more than anything is going to open this offense up a little bit. And you add in the fact that, yes, you've upgraded the offensive line, you've upgraded the receivers as well. I think that bodes well.
Yep. Yeah, and the whole Vera Tucker thing, like all these hot takes, this and that. Listen, man. Let it all play out. If he's a tremendous guard, your left side of the line solidified for the next how many years, which is a good thing. It's all pieces to the puzzle, man.
Yep.
So not gonna get any hot takes from us. I can assure you that much. So we will go to Mr. Jake Klein. What's up, man?
Yo, Jake.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up, man?
Good, man.
Tyson, I saw the Harvey Lange signing. I thought about you today.
Patriots. What the fuck,
I was
man?
like, boy, Tyson's not gonna be happy about this.
It is what it is, man. I mean, listen, I guess he's not a fit. He's a high energy way he plays football, but I guess how much did he sign for? It wasn't a lot, was it?
Nah, small little deal. You know, I keep forgetting, like he had that big story where I think he like was in a car accident. I think that's like his like big story that motivated him. So I think
wasn't he drafted by the Patriots too?
Yeah, it's all started at like Gillette Stadium or something. I think that's like what happened with his accident.
No, listen, man.
Didn't Neville Hewitt sign also?
I didn't see that.
He would sign with the Cardinals. Like I don't remember.
I thought he signed, or at least he was visiting somewhere.
Oh, he did sign. I just hold on. Actually, let me check right now. He signed with the Texans.
Oh, he's with Jordan Jenkins then.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him, man. No, but the thing is, you know, if they sign for these very cheap, not cheap deals, but very like small deals, the Jets had the chance to spend the same money. They obviously don't want these guys. I mean, they could bring them back for the same price. They're not. So so it's the Texans. Hey, good for him, man. I like Neville Hewitt. He came on our show a couple times too, and we were like still we were still in the good graces of the team. He's a really good interview, but hey, good for him, man. Like and Harvey Lange, good for him. Like I'll trust Saleh and his opinion on players on defense and the guys he thinks that fit,
Yeah. No, listen, there's a lot of look, I didn't look too much into training camp, whatever, this weekend. I think it's all just a show, but at least it's nice to see they're talking a lot about kind of the later picks, because I think the bigger thing we're going to talk about is like how JD does in the later rounds, because any GM could take, a Zach Wilson or even like an Elijah Moore while he's sitting there. But to get the gems in the 5th, 6th, 7th rounds, like that's really what's going to sell me big on JD for the future. Because if this kid, Sherwood they're talking about, and Hassan Nasiruddin, like if these guys do pan out and they can play a starting role, even if they don't start like week 1, but like week 5 or 6, they're actually making an impact, because we can't rely on guys like Blake Cashman with his, scapular fractures and all that. So if those guys can make an early contribution, I think it's definitely going to sell me big time on him. I haven't read too much. What is going on with the Marcus Maye contract stuff? They said they're adamant about signing, but what exactly does that mean?
Well, they have to July 15th, I think it is, to get a deal done with him, and they're saying they're being relentless trying to get a deal done. They want to keep him here. That was what they said in the press conference.
Does Maye actually want to stay here?
Yep.
How much does he want right now?
I have not seen the numbers leaked anywhere. Have you, Primetime?
I have not, but you can almost bet it's at least what he's making on the franchise tag.
Yep.
10?
Yeah. Why would he turn down a guaranteed $10.5 million right now?
No, you can give him more guaranteed money. So we'll give you 24 million guaranteed over 4 years.
Or he can bet on himself in a better defense to have a good year and then cash out next year, like you said, when teams have more cap space.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not paying more than $10 million for him.
I wouldn't either. No, definitely.
I would see exactly this draft should tell you. And to me, I thought that whole that third day of the draft was basically like to tell Marcus Maye, like, your job is not safe, so you better like earn it.
Ton of competition. Yep.
Yeah. No, and I think Saleh and JD did the right thing, and I think healthy competition's the fair way. Because what's he going to say? Oh, fuck you guys! It's like, dude, you had every opportunity to take this job, and you're betting on yourself in the 1-year deal.
But didn't the safeties that they drafted, aren't they projected as more linebackers in the 4-3?
Yes.
Hybrids.
Hybrids, but they can play safety. So, I think they're going to look. I think they'll look at Ashton Davis the same way. I don't think they're going to look at Ashton Davis the same as just as a pure short. I guess he's not a free safety. He's more of like
more strong safety.
Strong safety. Yeah. So I think all these guys are just going to get thrown into the mix. It's just Maye's just going to be overpaid for a year. And I think, if anything, this is going to be the experimental year for the second. We can keep talking about the offense, and I know I want that to be good, but I know if we're going to keep talking about the defense being garbage, let's see if the secondary can show any signs of improvement, because everyone talked about how horrendous Jacksonville was, where they had to get Tyson Campbell and they had to get all these guys because CJ Henderson's a mess. So I really want to see that this secondary will get better. Who's our secondary coach again? It's not the guy we had before they
didn't bring him back, did they? I wanted him back.
No, he was actually not. He was okay for what he did, but
what the hell's his name? I forget who his name was. Yeah, I can look it up. Where's my phone at? You got it, Primetime? I knew it too. Shit, I forget. It's a really good point though, because you have all these young guys, the Guidry, Hall, Austin, all these young Lamar Jackson, so many unproven guys that run around just kind of doing whatever last year.
It's just funny hearing Lamar Jackson every time, but
Tyrone was killing me on Tuesday night with his ATV thing, dude. I was dying listening to him talk. I heard
it like 3 times and I finally called it out. Marquand Manuel is the defensive back safety coach.
Oh, he was the Falcons defensive coordinator.
Yeah, well, that's where
that makes sense.
Get these. It's kind of like what Joe Judge did. Like, they got so many ex head coaching guys like Freddie Kitchens, Jason Garrett. Like, you're going to see a lot of these the
Giants have 75 coaches, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, it's good to see they have experienced guys. It's not like Saleh is bringing in people that are completely inadequate. Like, you can see he's bringing in guys with experience. And I guess if we're going to talk about Saleh's energy, and everyone's talking about this week, is that you can tell he's going to feed off from other people's energy. He's going to listen to other people. He's going to take opinions. He's all about learning from other people. So you know that while he's going to oversee everything, he is going to make sure that everyone has a voice and he's going to listen to it. It's not going to be Adam Gase closing the door because somebody called him a loser or whatever.
He seems like he's well versed in both sides of the football too, man. Like you can ask him questions on offense. He can actually explain what route the receiver ran, where it went wrong, what the quarterback did. Like where Gase to be like, well, that's a defensive thing. I got to watch the tape. Salah's going to tell you because he's like hands-on, like detail-oriented. And that I like that the most. Because we always said one of the requirements of the next head coach, we want a CEO kind of guy. Manages both sides of the football, knows what's going on. His head's not in the sand. He knows when to challenge a play, knows what the fuck is going on. Salah's involved with everything, man. So that's good.
Even like things like during, I know it's kind of corny to say this, but like even during like all the little clips of like getting the phone calls, like he's talking about like this is the kind of line we're building to Vera Tucker. He talks about like how we're going to lift you up as the Zach Wilson. It's like, it's not just corny things he's saying. He means it. He's telling you like we actually have a system in place and he's going to have his touch on it one way or another because that's what a CEO coach wants. This is what we wanted from Matt Campbell. This is what we wanted possibly from Bill Cowher, except obviously he's inexperienced. He's not a head coach yet, but there's too many good things I've heard about him, but I'm going to say this because I am the Jet fan of pessimist for 33 years. Start winning games. Start winning games.
Do not bring negative energy to the stream. This is a great call. We're going to leave it at that. Jake, good talking to you, man.
That's how we're going to probably start doing this going forward. Is that what it is?
Have a good night, man.
Later, guys.
Have a good night, man.
See, prime time. Sometimes you got to save people from themselves.
Yep. Once you start going down that path, just cut them off.
That's it.
Keep it all positive tonight.
Yes. So we will go to our good friend down in Australia. What's up, man?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
All right. Hey, do you guys deliver shirts to Australia?
We can.
Yeah, cool. Do you sell man sizes? Because I don't wear medium. I wear man.
I only wear medium.
Yeah. We sell any size, man.
You and the ladies, APT.
Doesn't help that I just did chest today.
Oh my! Here we go.
Oh, is that what you call that? All right, cool. No, happy times, gents. Great draft. I've been watching a few things between the GM and the coach, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Is one of the big things that transformed the Browns has been the relationship between the general manager and the coach. It's been really good to see that they're on the same page. I'm talking about the Jets here.
Yep.
Hey, Nick, what's happening, man? And I think sometimes everybody's obviously focused on the on-field product, but a lot of times it starts with the front office. In fact, most successful teams, if this front office is leading the push, then everybody else seems to fall into place. And I just wanted to say that one thing that's common if you've played, elite level sport or whatever is oftentimes just having a guy on the field that everybody believes in. Like I heard a Patriots player once say that even if they were down 3 scores, they always believed as long as Tom Brady was up and kicking, they had a chance to win the game. And I don't think people should discount, even though he hasn't played a snap in the thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. Not even anywhere near the coolest person, but thank you anyway. I think that even though Zach hasn't played a snap in the NFL yet, I think just his presence seems to be lifting the team. Now, of course, that could just be the usual, stuff from players trying to seem positive and all that sort of stuff, and they could get to training camp and he could throw 8 interceptions in his first series and everybody could drop their heads. But there seems to be a lot of positive energy around the team, and I just hope that continues because, as you guys know far, far, far better than me, the negative cloud that can surround New York sporting teams can drag them down.
It swallowed me up for a few months.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's sort of like down here in Australia, like we as you guys do as well, but our media knows that we think they're wankers. So if they write shit, they will get told on Twitter and everything, you're a wanker, mate. Like people will pretty much shout them out of the building. So I just hope that they just give him, Zach I'm talking about here, I just hope they give him like a season. Just leave the kid alone. Let him find his feet. They're not going to. Of course they're not going to, because they get paid with clicks and clickbait and all that sort of crap.
I think the Jets media they've
an
lost some of their
outsider looking
powers,
in that,
man. I think they've lost some of their powers. I don't think the Jets media is nowhere near as powerful because I think the fans have gone to other avenues now more than ever. Don't you think, Primetime?
No, absolutely. But still, I think like the media, like they know how the fans are going to react.
Yep.
So that clickbait stuff, it's still going to happen. Like they're still going to make the comparisons with Wilson and Fields. Darnold has a big game. They're going to be all over that. Like they know how the Jet fan reacts to stuff. Yep. So they're going to put that shit out there. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying though. Like they don't have the kind of power that they did like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah. I think what I've noticed is that it's all a manipulation game. They're just manipulating us. So, for example, the first takes and all those sorts of shows, the Colin Cowards and that, they know that Browns fans are going to lose their mind when he says something negative about Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
And they're going to get 10,000 clicks because every Browns fan is going to log in and look at it and then write, Coward, a naughty message. You're just falling straight into his hands. And they all do that. All those shows do that. And now I noticed, like, probably about a month ago, that they were starting to do that with Zach Wilson.
Yep.
The same crap that they do with when Coward came out and said Zach Wilson's most likely going to be the bust. And then I read in the comments, and it was all Jets fans. Oh, you don't know crap. And it's like everybody just plays into their hands. And they're not journalists anymore because they know that people like me and others and everybody watching the show are turning to guys like you for their sports news and entertainment rather than those people because they're not genuine in anything they say.
Nope.
If a guy comes out and says, I'm going to give Zach Wilson 2 years, okay, that's reasonable, but nobody's going to read the article.
Yep.
Imagine the headline was, I reckon that Zach Wilson should have 3 years before we make a comment on whether or not he was a bust or not. No one's going to click that. But if I say, Zach Wilson's the next Jamarcus Russell and blah, 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 then everybody's going to be clicking, who's this dickhead trying to say, and it's...
Yeah, negativity sells, man.
We all know that, though. Yep. That's what... Yeah, that's why I come to this show, because there's never any negativity. None of the hosts ever attack any of the callers for their opinions.
One big happy
family here. It's always positive and uplifting. I'm actually outside to see if I can find a koala for you, mate, because there's some trees around here.
Fucking A.
Let's go.
Yeah, I can't see any. If I saw one, I would definitely record it. And if it was on the show, I'll most definitely. There's a tree down there that they usually get around, but none today. Sorry, mate. Can't find any for you. But anyway, I'm going to go. Let everybody, peace, everyone. Hope you're all safe and well.
Thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
For you. We haven't had lockdown for about a year, so I'm just going to rub that in. But see you later.
Be good, man.
Good night.
Go Browns.
Yeah, and just go Browns. Always good hearing from Darren. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. The media now, like you can see some of these guys are just they've been exposed over the last year, but now it's like you break out your negative bullshit now about Zach Wilson stuff. It's like, come on, man. Like I've been attacking all of them, dude. I attacked Costello, I attacked Samini. I'm just blasting them all now for like the bullshit. It's like, why not? I mean, who the hell reads this shit?
I don't feel like Costello used to be so negative until Gase got here. And then he just he turned into Gase's puppet, and now he hates life. So I don't know.
Yeah. And the thing is too, is like we have the perspective where like we're fans of the team and we're like, we'll tell you, listen, the guy's good, he's good. If he blows, he blows. We're not gonna sugarcoat shit. We're gonna be there because we're all invested. Like the media is not invested, dude. They can give a fuck if the Jets win or lose. They gotta make money on stories, however it goes. Yeah. So I think it's just they're just bad, man. So great to watch you guys. Oh man. Well, good. Congrats to you guys, man. The Browns are a lot of fun to watch too, man. So we appreciate you watching us, but the Browns it's cool to see teams like the Browns get back on the rise, doing good things. The fans deserve it, man. Let's see.
We deserve it.
Samini replies back to me on Facebook. he's such a clown, man.
Samini's on Facebook?
Yeah, I wouldn't even think to add him on that. Fuck that. We will bring on our good friend Afram. What's up, man?
Gentlemen, good evening. How are you?
Gentlemen.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Not so official.
Good. I'm waiting for my shirt, hopefully soon.
Hopefully we'll be mailed out in about a week.
And hopefully start thinking about making hoodies.
Hoodies? What do you think we are? What do you think we're a clothing group here?
I'm all about like a sleeveless hoodie, though. We could do something like that. A lightweight sleeveless hoodie.
Whatever.
I think we should do that. I think we got to do that.
You got the clientele waiting for it. Yep. So
hoodies?
I'm all about that. Lightweight, sleeveless, Under Armour hoodie.
Hats.
Do it.
All for good cause. All for good cause.
We could do some wristbands. Let's talk
Look,
Jets radio on one side,
look
all
his
gas,
face.
no break on the other side.
Look at Tyson's face. He's saying, I got to deal with this shit now. I got
you know what it is?
enough on
Because
my
you know what?
plate."
You know why, Afram? I can tell you why. You know what? Prime Time loves all these ideas because he's not going to be the one mailing all the fucking things out. I'm going to be the one sitting there stuffing envelopes, doing all this shit.
I told you, once the shirts come in, I'll drive down to you. We'll have some beers and we'll do it together.
Afram, know what's going to happen? Like, yo, bro, I had a baseball game and then I had to go walk the dog. Prime Time, you don't have a dog. Yeah, but I had to walk him anyway.
My neighbor's dog.
Yeah.
Both my neighbors have dogs.
Yeah, listen, I'm excited about the training camp coming. I love the energy. I love all. I'm just waiting. I'm not paying attention anymore to these writers. I mean, the guy that did that Seth Waller.
Yeah.
Why did you wait now to make a comparison? Why don't you just do it right after the draft? All of a sudden, you had nothing else to write. I think half of these guys are pissed because there's no leaks out of the front office, so they got to come up with stupid stories.
Yeah,
there's been no leaks for a while.
But you think about we're in middle of May. For the next month and a half, there's nothing to talk about, dude.
No,
because there's not. Most of the OTAs are going to be gone because the players aren't going to be going in. There is nothing to talk about. So they're going to get really creative and start analyzing just air and trying to find a hot take to sell articles.
And you should be able to get your credentials back. You could just lay it on the line to them and say, look, we've kept you guys relevant throughout this whole pandemic.
Yep.
And that's true. You've made that team relevant throughout this whole pandemic, throughout the past 2 years of garbage that they put on the field.
We had a mouse fund for Primetime. We did. We're having the Primetime doesn't do the comments.
I do have a mouse. It's right there.
Mikey has the mouse. He doesn't use it now. We got to start a fund. We got to give Primetime a training class on how to use the mouse.
No, you're better with the comments, so I let you roll with it.
See how it is. Yeah. So Afram, now that I do the comments and I organize all these other things, Primetime's one job that he has, the only job he has, is to get our credentials back.
Yeah, no,
I'm on it.
You should push that.
And once they say no, wait till my response video comes out.
Are you guys both Ranger fans or just Kevin?
Not me.
Just me.
Yeah, did you? It bothers me with that whole thing. From what I'm reading, that Drury was throwing his digs to how he wants this team to be to Dolan in the background, and then that's when Dolan told. This is from what I'm reading. Dolan told JD to fire him, and JD refused to fire Gordon, and that's how he lost his job. So it's like a little bit of.
Do you think that revolved around like the decision around Quinn, whether or not to bring him back?
I was surprised Quinn is still on the team.
Me too.
Because personally, even if JD and Gordon was still with the team, I don't think the team is responding as well as I thought they would with Quinn.
I agree.
There's a lot of talent there, and I'm just not seeing. I'm not seeing the lines gel as they should. I mean, Lafreniere picked up his game towards the end. Kako picked up his games towards the end. Not as much as I anticipated because this is his second year. Buchnevich played awesome this year. And
Adam Fox was amazing too this year.
Oh, that's a steal. But the fact that they gave Buchnevich a 1-game suspension for that one thing, and the other guy gets a $5,000 fine, and then they fined the whole team $250,000.
$250K. What a joke!
For that letter. Come on.
That entire game against the Capitals. I mean, the NHL asked for that to happen. You think that when your player, who's been a repeat offender, I don't know how many times he's been suspended already, tries to ragdoll and injure one of your best players, and you only give him $5,000 fine, you don't think there's going to be mayhem the next game? You're out of your mind.
Exactly.
NHL asked for that. Yeah.
And it was. I'm watching this Islander Boston game. I hate Marchand. He's such a dirty player too.
Yeah, I hate him too.
But now it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Rangers, what they're going to go on. But
who cares about hockey? We're in baseball season now.
Yeah,
baseball, Knicks.
Judge has pitched me off. I don't know what's going on with him. He's just swinging away at everything like his first season.
We got Stanton, man. Don't worry about it. He's carrying the team right now.
Now you like him.
My boy.
Now you like him.
Yeah.
Wait till October.
Stanton's a streaky hitter too. So.
Yeah, but he usually starts out cold as shit, and he's starting out hot this year. So
I just hope he stays hot, and I just hope this pitching stays consistent for.
And Glaber starts getting his act together.
Yeah, I mean,
see, right now we've just discussed more Yankees than Elias has in probably the last month.
Is Elias from Buffalo?
I
think so. Yeah, he said if you're
What's he said when you coming up to Buffalo, I wasn't sure that he was. Yeah, that's
see this, and this is why he's a troll. Stan's gonna get hurt in like 2 weeks.
He's probably right.
You know,
see now, and Karma's a bitch. With DeGrom on the IL, I'd be real careful about what you wish on fucking Stanton.
I like Elias, but did he get cocky after he won the guitar challenge? Is that what happened?
Yeah, and the thing is too, we said he's from we said, listen, man, we gave him a shirt. I'm like, take a picture of the shirt playing guitar. All right, no problem, man. Still haven't gotten that yet. Let's see how he works.
I'm telling you,
wow,
guys, the true
colors come out.
True colors are coming.
A little bit of success right to his head. It's all over.
Belated Happy Mother's Day to you guys. So
thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
To your moms, this and that. So
have a good day, man. Thank you.
You too. Have a good night.
Good night.
Have a good night. Be good, man.
See you later. So Elias is becoming primetime now. I mean Hollywood now.
What?
So that's
not me.
So we're gonna bring on Knuts. K-Nuts. I probably fucked this up. What's up, man?
You muted.
Mute him?
Sorry, my bad. No, you didn't fuck it up. It's all good. It's K-Nuts. That's
K-Nuts.
my AK from college. I just put it on because, AKs, whatever.
Cool.
But I'm Kieran in the chat. So.
Oh, what's up, man?
Yeah. And we talked like I don't know, last week sometime when my girlfriend was out, and now she's in the shower, so I got like 5 minutes.
So speed talk.
But I just wanted to say, Darren was talking about the press and all that, and I think Zach Wilson. I've seen a lot of interviews from him, because BYU has a channel, and he's like talking. Yep. He's interviewed basically every week by BYU, and he's not a Mormon, right? He's not. He didn't want to go to BYU. He's from Utah. He wanted to go to Utah,
yep.
Right? And so he's doing that stuff, and he's been doing that for 3 years, right? So since a freshman, and he's probably seen. He knows what's going on with the Jets and what happened to Darnold. Yep. He knows who Darnold was.
He's well versed.
He's from he played against USC and knows all the stuff that's going on, right?
Yep.
And his background is interesting because he's like he was actually the Polynesian Athlete of the Year last year for football, because his family is actually part his father's from Hawaii, at least his background's from Hawaii. So he has like a interesting background, and so I think he actually knows what's up, and I think he can keep all the bullshit out of his head.
Well, I think he's got a good supporting cast around him too, where they're going to protect him and say, "Listen, you handle yourself this way. You say this. Like, try to avoid some of the pitfalls that can be out there." I think, and he's very smart. He always talks about team first. His teammates, working hard, earning everything, holding accountable, saying all the right things, man. I think he'll be fine, dude. And Salah's supporting him too, where he's protecting him a little bit, saying, "Listen, man, this kid doesn't make our team. We all have to make a team together." So they'll be all right.
And he's saying all the right things. I mean, he has a coach that wants to say all the right things to all the players. Prime time is happy. That's amazing.
Finally,
this is the happy 16 prime time in a month.
Took me long enough.
Yeah, it's good. I like positive outlook. This is the first time I'm feeling a lot of positive vibes. This is probably the reason why I called like before, because I was drinking and I was happy, and unlike the previous times where I was drinking and angry like you guys. So it's a very positive atmosphere, and furthermore we're maybe able to go to a game, so that would be really
enjoy it while we can. Yep.
And I mean, you saw 72,000 fans in Dallas, for God's sakes. That's a little nuts, honestly. But I guess
well, the UFC is doing it every weekend now. They did 20,000 in Houston. They're going to do, or they did 20,000 in Jacksonville, and they're doing Vegas now. So sports are opening up, man.
That's not 72,000.
Yeah, but dude, look at Houston. Look, the Rangers in Texas are doing it. Mm-hmm. The Kentucky Derby was how many people? It's opening, man.
Yeah.
Football's going to be back. It's all going to be back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and the Knicks are coming up, and they're going to have like a, 3/4 of the stadium filled. Maybe even like by the time, if they make it to the second, third, to the, the Eastern Conference Finals, maybe it's going to open up even more. You never know. So I'm not saying they're going to. I'm just excited about it. You know what I mean? Because they're looking good too. So I mean, that's like a cherry on the top. Who the hell knew that was going to happen?
Yeah, so, it's exciting, man.
Anyway, I just want to thank you guys. And I wanted to donate a shirt. I tried to email you guys about that too.
Donate shirts, man. We owe you a shirt because you won a contest.
But I also want to pay for the shirt, but I want to donate it forward, so I want to pay it forward. So I just want to know how to do that as well.
Okay, cool. I'll email you, man. No problem.
Really appreciate it, man. Thanks, guys, and keep up the
Appreciate that.
good work. I'm supporting you guys. All right?
Great stuff, man.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
Bye.
You know, prime time. What's crazy is these guys are all super cool because we get a lot of requests for that. People, they buy a shirt and they want to buy it. They want to buy an extra one to like donate to something. So we got to figure out how we're going to do that for sure.
Yeah.
And we definitely appreciate it, man. Like I said, it's just we've been stalling with it, and now we have a foundation we're going to help out, and we're going to try to give back a lot and do a lot of things with it. So we definitely appreciate it. There was something. Tyson, see how enjoyable the live stream is when you have the good callers on, not the other guys. I don't know what you're referring to because when the other guys come on, I'm accused of bullying. So now I think all our callers are good. I've learned how to be politically correct now, primetime. Everybody is good. Everybody is nice. We respect all opinions.
Everyone?
Right?
Everyone?
Absolutely.
Even Steve?
Who? I roasted the shit out of him on Twitter a couple days ago. Holy cow. Oh, so bad. All right, we will bring on Mr. Vincent.
No.
Hey, what's up?
You tell us.
I don't know that I was.
Is that some JD next to you?
What?
Is that a
Jack
bottle of
Daniels
JD
sitting next to you?
Oh yeah, no, I was about to have a Jack and a Coke.
There you go.
Why is it sitting on your couch?
live
Don't
it
you have
up,
a
enjoy
table?
Yeah, no, I just grabbed it from the bar.
You can drink it straight?
No, just putting it in the Jack and a Coke. I was having a Jack and a Coke while watching Star Wars.
Why'd you measure it out in the shot glass? Just pour it in.
Just dump it in there. We got measure shit?
Yeah, I like to put the right amount.
Right amount?
What's the right amount? The perfect pour you're going for?
Is John Taffer over here?
You'll just talk like this is the part of the offseason we all dread, honestly.
It
that
is.
long agonizing wait between the draft and when kickoff begins.
Well, not kickoff till training camp. Month of June blows. Yeah. But no, not kickoff. You got once the training camp starts, man. That's fun.
Yeah,
training camp. But let's be honest. Like, this is the first time in a long time Jets fans have been this excited for the upcoming season.
I'm excited to see Zach Wilson in training camp. Like, fuck the season, dude. You give me just the first week of practice. I'm excited. I'm happy about that.
The practice is good, but like really, I just can't. I know training camp is always exciting, but really, I just can't wait to see this team in action on the field. That's what really gets me going. Is that the thought of seeing this team actually see them produce on the field is what I'm really waiting for.
The thought of seeing a competitive product is exciting.
Elias, you haven't seen bullying yet. You want to see bullying? Keep calling out with your shitty takes, and I'll show you bullying. How about that? And
Damn.
Yeah, but I just can't wait. I'm hoping this year I'll finally be able to go to my first football game.
You haven't been to a game yet?
Where you live?
I don't. Peekskill.
Okay. How far is that from MetLife?
I think it's probably at least an hour or so, a little over an hour.
An hour? That's it? How come you haven't gone?
You got no excuse.
No one else in my family watches football, and they're not going to drive me out.
So bring a friend.
I have no friends that watch football. All my friends are.
They don't need to watch football. They can drink and eat all day. What the hell's wrong with that? You just go, you tailgate, have a good time.
All my friends from high school and college are either nerds or weeble otaku.
Well, then you go, you just smoke up.
Come out to our tailgate then.
Yeah.
The other day for them, I was doing my Palpatine impression. For them.
Your what?
Palpatine Emperor from Star Wars.
I'm not a Star Wars person. I couldn't tell you, dude. Probably tell me you know what he's talking about.
I've never watched Star Wars.
No, that's the first. Before I was a football fan, I was a Star Wars fan.
Okay, fair enough. So
yeah, no, I just can't wait. It's honestly, I'm just glad. Honestly, to the point earlier you were talking about the beat reporters all being terrible. How is it that the only decent beat reporter right now is the guy who's the actual Dolphins fan?
He starts some shit too. He's not.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah,
he's already in an antagonistic mode.
He's.
Wait till
he started out all right,
but yeah, you can already sense he'll be ready to go in the first sign of trouble.
He's just playing nice now to get to build up his following a little bit and get everybody to buy in. Then he'll pull the same shit.
Yep. Yeah. because he doesn't have the reputation yet. He's building himself up.
Yeah, if you're new to the beat and you come out with some nonsense, start antagonizing Jet fans and talking shit, we know you're not a Jet fan yourself. It's like, dude, it's not gonna fly, man. It doesn't sustain at all, man. It's just you can see right through it, and it's all funny now because they're not playing any games, but during the season, it won't work.
Yeah, no.
All right, Vincent. Good talking to you, man. You're not a lot of insight tonight.
No, I'm just not. Like I said, honestly, I will say this though. You were talking earlier about baseball. It was nice to finally see Glaber get the home run monkey off his back. Though.
You ain't kidding, man.
It's like, yeah, no, it's like, and honestly, though, I'm just looking for. Honestly, it's been a little like up and down with both New York baseball teams, but for the Yankees, the AL is so incredibly weak that they should, like, barring unforeseen misfortune, I don't think there's a team that could really challenge them for the pennant at this point.
Tampa, they can't beat fucking Tampa.
Tampa's not that good. Like, they haven't beaten them yet. Like, they gotta look. Who are you worried about? Tampa doesn't have the talent.
Really? They can't beat them, dude. They're fucking pitching. They cannot beat Tampa.
Yeah, like that was when they were in that huge funk earlier in the season.
Okay.
Like, as the season progresses, they'll probably get better. It's like this team always starts off cold.
We'll see. We'll see. The Yankees, their bats could be a lot more consistent, dude. They'd be a lot more consistent.
Oh, of course. You know, look, they're going to get more consistent. They definitely got to get more consistent.
Red Sox are much better.
I still think you got to worry about the Astros.
And I'm not worried about the Astros.
Fuck Altuve too, that little bastard. I hate that son of a bitch. I really do.
You know what fucks? You know what pisses me off the most?
Drill him in the fucking head with a ball.
You know what pisses me off the most? I still never figured out how the hell he won MVP in 2017. Judge had him beat in 11 of 13 categories.
And the guy was cheating. He had a fucking wire on, a little bozo.
Think about that. It's not 1. It's not 2. It's 11.
Dude, I'm a Yankee fan. I get it, dude. I'm with you. I hate Altuve.
I'm a Yankees fan too.
Weren't there some reports that the Yankees were stealing signs too? They were doing some shit like that.
The dude had a fucking buzzer on his goddamn fucking chest. Jesus Christ!
It was not near to the level of It was not near to the organizational level of the Astros.
Yeah, not like Carlos Beltran.
So there's levels of cheating.
Okay. Like Carlos Beltran when he was on the Mets, that kind of shit. He still struck out. So
yeah, no. Look. The one thing that grinds my gears the most is when people bring up the steroid shit, because the thing about steroids is when people say the Yankees cheated with steroids, they say no. Players on the Yankees cheated with steroids because
all of Major League Baseball cheated with steroids.
That was all.
No, yeah, but no. The thing is, like, unless you have proof that the organization was aware of steroids and encouraged it, then you can't say the team.
The Players Association was aware of it, dude. The Major League Baseball did it. They all knew about it. And they all made money off it.
Of course.
Then they cracked down on it and juiced the baseballs to give me more home runs. It's all bullshit.
It's offense. Offense sells tickets. Defense wins championships.
There you go. Vincent, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
All right.
Have a good night, man.
All right.
Just a quick reminder, we're going to do Wednesday night. We'll go live. We'll do the live stream for the schedule, which will be exciting. So now, Rutgers, how have you not been to a game?
Basically, also, good night, guys.
Good night. Are you leaving?
But, my parents weren't really that interested in it. And they never took me. I think I used to ask my dad. He never wanted to take us. Also, the problem was my brother and I are like split Giants-Jets fans. Ooh. So there was that. If
go to a preseason game, Jets-Giants.
He just wasn't interested. I think also my mom, she one time had tickets because she works at a legal aid society in New York. And through her job, they just give them tickets. But, they were all thinking like it's a school night, so they didn't want us to go for some reason. And I missed it was like a big game we had. And I could have went to that, but I didn't get to go. But my parents never really let me. I'm only 20, by the way. So, I've never been like.
When you turn 21?
November.
So
21st.
We're going to a game sometime November or December, and you're getting hammered in that parking lot.
Definitely. If you want to have Kool-Aid or Gatorade or soda, that's just fine too.
I'll drink.
No, it's not.
No peer pressure. I won't be considered bullying you into drinking now.
No.
They're forcing you to drink when you turn 21.
Nah. I'm down with that.
Let's go.
But either way, I'll take you to a game, dude. If you have nobody to go with, we'll go to a game. You can we'll hang out. I don't give a shit.
I say we set a date like November, December. I'll sell my season tickets for that date, and we'll just get a section.
We'll just go.
Like 20 seats all together.
I haven't been on since the draft. I want to say I haven't been on since before the draft. So I want to say I really like some of the things we did in the draft class. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse and talk about all the points everyone has. I'm excited to see the late round picks. Najrul Dean, Sherwood. Some of the Michael Carter II. Some of the other guys, Pinnock. Just to see how we use them. I think it's interesting. The two safeties that we can move to linebacker, and then some of the other D-backs. I just want to see the team grow. I have a real positive feeling. I've liked the videos you guys are putting out.
It's a lot of positivity. But see, now the question I have for you is, it seems like the instant results will come on special teams where you're adding a lot of speed, a lot of physical, just great athletes, which is going to be good. Yeah. But on defense, I'm curious to see how the sideline speed will increase, because the Jets defense has been notoriously slow. They're just always seem slow, a step behind. I'm curious to see how Saleh uses all these guys. Maybe they'll be better than we think they're going to be.
Yeah, I agree. I think that is also the other interesting part that I believe about, using the safeties as linebackers. Same thing we tried to do with Neal, where, a guy who may be a bit slow to be a safety, and, Najrul Dean and Sherwood are going to be fast for a linebacker, Yep. So I do think that's a very interesting part. I think with the zone we'll be running, it should make it easier on the corners. And if the linebackers have the speed to, cover in between, fill holes, with the pass rush, hopefully doing well, with a nice rotation on the other side opposite Lawson.
I think have a pass rush.
I'm really excited. If that pass rush, becomes what we hope it'll be. Oh man, I'm really so excited for the Jets this year.
The front seven especially is what has me excited. You got a lot of young guys out there that haven't really been coached up the past year or two that you're bringing back, plus what you added, between Carl Lawson, you're getting CJ Mosley back. So hopefully this group can really step up.
Football's gonna be fun again, man.
This is the most excited I've been since I was 9.
Yeah, it was probably that was like the Rex years, right? Brett Favre and then Rex
about that long.
Yeah, sure. Those are the two Rex years. I was 9 and 10 years old.
So what's your prediction for the first game of the season? Do you think it'll be the Jaguars?
I think they'll probably. Typically they make it a divisional game, right?
Hopefully not this year.
Not always.
I hope not. I kind of I've seen something say they hope the Jaguars game is around week 12 or later. So both quarterbacks are in the swing of things. Yeah. I hope that also mid-season. So I really don't care too much about the narratives that's going to be drawn, even if Wilson outperforms Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't care.
Or whether Lawrence outperforms him. I think we'll really see the difference in a few years. And how the teams build around them. I think it's interesting what the Jags are doing, because I really
had to throw that on me.
Hey Jose, nice to see you. The tight ends thing is going to be interesting. I like the guy we signed from Ole Miss. What is his name?
Yeboah.
Yeboah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he'd be interesting. He's not that great of a blocker, but he's a solid athlete. He'd be a good, solid receiving option.
Well, you're the tight end expert, so once we see him on the field, we'll make sure we'll get your analysis on that. But prime time, there's always this. You just scheme them open, man. It's all we're gonna do is scheme the players open.
Hopefully, that's what we're supposed to do. If we're not doing that, then someone's messing up along the way. I think the run game develops. We have a few good running backs. I'm kind of interested to see what they do with P. Ryan. He doesn't completely fit into the scheme, but I think he was a 4th round pick. We're not going to cut him or anything. That's something.
Why not?
Was he a third? Was he a third or fourth?
Was he a third or fourth?
I thought he was a third. I could be
he
wrong.
Might be third.
He's the same round as Morgan, wasn't he?
I thought he was fourth. Then you're right.
But that take you just said annoys me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Sorry, which one?
No. The P. Ryan thing. If they implement their offense this year and he's not your top 3rd or 4th running backs, he can go. Cut him. There's no loyalty, man.
I don't have a problem with it.
I hate keeping players because of what?
I don't think Douglas is gonna cut him the year after drafting him.
Why not?
That's just the way GMs operated. I'm on your side. I think if you can't find a use for the player,
that's how bad GMs operate, keeping guys just because of draft position. How do you say you earn your rep, earn your spot, all this, then keep a guy because I drafted him, but there's other guys better, you're gonna cut them instead?
Oh, that's true.
Especially if he was drafted because he was supposed to be a fit in the Adam Gase offense, whatever the hell that is. I mean, no reason.
Sometimes things don't work out, man. You cut your losses. That's how you move on.
Yep.
Wait, what, Ryan? I never said Kittle had no hands.
We're not going down this Kittle thing again.
I'm not trying to. I actually want to talk Jets. I like on some of the points we talked about with Saleh and how he'll be a coach of. I'm sorry, this is a glare. He'll be a coach of more than just the defense. I do like. I think that's one thing I really liked about Saleh, where I think the same thing I liked about Staley. He's the one who got hired by the Chargers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where Saleh, he's a defensive guy. He came up coaching his defense, but in college he played tight end. I think Staley, same thing. He came up coaching defense, but in college he was a quarterback. So they're two dudes who do have working knowledge of offenses. And they've been close with Shanahan, and then Staley with the Rams head coach McVay. So where they won't be like two guys who are just going to be focused in on one side of the ball. Where they have the knowledge and the wherewithal to bring experience and to bring coaching to players not only on one side but on both sides. And that's something I liked about Judge, where people talked about where Judge was coaching things and the line needed help, and then he spent his whole time in the practice helping the line and bringing I think that's really something that a head coach really needs to be able to do. And this energy that Saleh has and all the players talk about in interviews, it's going to be really infectious, and I'm just so excited about that stuff.
Well, that's how you get respect and credibility, dude. When you can go, if Saleh can go up to a receiver, whoever it is, and say, listen, man, run your route this way, try this, look out for this. When the defensive back is here, cut in. Like, if he can break it down on both sides of the ball, players are going to love that, dude. Because you don't sit like, oh, my coach doesn't know what I'm doing. Like, you don't get held accountable. But he's well-versed, dude. He's very detail-oriented. And I love that. That's how you make moves, man. That's how you get respect. That's how you can, it's going to trickle down all over the place. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, I like all the interviews we've had, all the different things, the players seeing. Sometimes when I can, I go on the YouTube channel and I watch the little interviews. And it's really exciting to see, a football team that can really. I'm really hoping for. Team. Yeah, where on the topic of how much wins, the whole thing with going football, talking about it, I really don't have a problem with what they said. Although me as a Jets fan, I'm just looking at it as I hope just be competitive, be in close games. You don't have to win that many of them. Just be in close games. Show me that there's something to build on not only the offense but also the defense. In every aspect of the game, the team is actually showing development over the course of the year. Instead of just
play good football in December. Like start out and do whatever you do and just figure out your whole process. And by the end of the year, you're playing. You're all on the same page. A lot of chemistry. You're figuring things out. And you say, listen, from September to December, we're getting better. There's like a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, all right, now we see where we're going.
I agree. I think it'd be very interesting if we can string together some wins because, our schedule, it's not the toughest. And there's some teams we play on there that will have questionable things coming back. We'll have the fourth place schedule. It's possible with good coaching and with health that the team could turn things around and surprise people. But, that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for just, gradual progress. If we show up and we win 10, 11 games, amazing,
Talking
but
playoffs?
Who knows? Honestly, who knows? They put up in that graphic when they're talking a surprising amount of coaches, first-time coaches made it to the playoffs, their first year.
Pretty much all the Jets coaches did before Todd Bowles, and even he won 10 games his first year.
He should have went to the playoffs.
Should have been in the playoffs. Yeah, that Bills game was a crusher. I remember watching that.
Yeah, we were there.
I was literally screaming at my TV. Rex Ryan was pissing me off. He's going for
I don't know how he go to jail.
I don't know how we.
I was about 10 feet away from choking Tompkins, but Rutgers, good talking to you, man. We're definitely going to a game this year.
Thank you. It was nice talking to you. I'll see you guys then.
Good talking, man.
Bye.
Primetime, that's the one game that just makes me brings out rage. There's very few games that bring out that anger, like the Broncos championship game, the Steelers championship game, and that Bills game drives me insane.
Until they make the playoffs, that Bill game is always going to be just right there.
Oh man, terrible. Let's see. Hated to see Hewitt. Yeah, I like Neville Hewitt, man. He was really, really good. He was like for our show. He came on a couple times. Super cool guy. Arthur Millette with the Steelers. He played pretty well too. He was playing safety. He played corner.
Yeah.
But Saleh's getting his own guys now, man. So what are you gonna do? And they're not signed for big money. So obviously the Jets didn't want to bring him back. So it's not like it was a financial thing.
Yep.
What do we got here? Love the moves this offseason. We're in a tough division, but I'm definitely optimistic. Listen, man, the division's tough, but listen, Miami's got some questions to answer at quarterback. Tua's got a lot of pressure on him with pretty much a win now team. The Patriots got to figure out their quarterback. What are they going to do with Cam? How long is he going to last? You play Mac Jones. The Buffalo Bills are the team to beat, and they got a lot to prove too because now they got to take that next step. They got keep it all together there. So
I just want to focus on us. You know what I mean? Like the Bills are what they are. They're obviously like years ahead of us at this point. Just focus on doing what we need to do to get to where they are. And then we can worry about, surpassing them or, sneaking into a wild card, whatever. Just focus on your process, doing what you need to do, developing your players, getting your coach in sync, him and Joe Douglas on the right page, get all that shit situated. And then hopefully, in a year or two, we take over Buffalo.
Yeah. And Jets are getting younger for sure. I mean, and that's the most important thing. You're growing, your young nucleus is exactly what you want to see. Your left side of the line, all young guys, young receivers, there's a lot of good pieces, man, for like a little nucleus that we finally had. We've been desperate for a fucking decade. So we will go to the man's a celebrity.
Uh-oh.
He's got his own podcast. Now he's taking away all our listeners now to all his shows, which is fine. But he's still a celebrity nonetheless. What's up, man?
What's up, boy?
How you doing, man?
Boy? How are you, Mother's Day?
It was good. We had some brunch, had some breakfast, some Rita's Ice afterwards. So it was a nice little day.
Tyson, you?
Good, man. I'm very good. Nice. Weather was decent. Had a great dinner. It's good. Jersey Shore is alive and kicking, thankfully.
Good. Now I have to roast prime time.
Uh-oh.
What'd I do now? I've been positive all night.
Whoa.
What'd I do wrong now?
Comes in with his guns blazing.
House party.
House party.
Ah, that's right.
How have you never seen House Party?
I've never seen House Party prime time.
If you don't know by now, clearly there's a lot of movies out there that I have not seen that I should see that are classics. Godfather, Titanic, just to name a few. So I'll throw that on the list of all the other ones.
Can I name 5 movies?
Go ahead.
See if you.
I've probably never seen any of the 5. Go ahead.
The best man.
The Best Man?
Yes.
Have not seen it.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Gone in 60 seconds.
That I did see with Nicolas Cage. I did see that, but I was probably like 14, so I couldn't even tell you what happened.
Oh, for the love of God.
It wasn't that good if I've never seen it again after the first time I watched it.
Tyson, you?
I've seen it, yes.
He was better in National Treasure than he was in Gone in 60 Seconds. National Treasure was good. I like that.
Okay, I'm done with Frank. I'm done with Frank. Just because of that comment, I'm done. I'm done talking to Frank.
Well, we got 3 more movies, don't you? Got to give him a couple more movies.
11 basketball.
That I saw when I was, I think, a junior in high school. But another one I couldn't tell you what happened.
Oh, for the love.
I know there was a love story and they both played basketball. That was about it.
Above the rim.
That I saw. That I saw.
Juice.
That I saw too.
See?
Thank God. Thank God.
See? You go to some Tupac,
Primetime came back, man. He salvaged himself.
All right, now, Tyson, I have to ask you about Cowboy Cerrone. Is he just a gatekeeper at this point?
Unfortunately, he is, man. But see, his last fight, they gave him Diego Sanchez, a fight he could win, kind of let him get a big win. He's lost 5 in a row and kind of let him move on and kind of go off to the pasture a little bit. Then he got to take this fight on short notice on a week notice, and kid's good, man. And I mean, Cerrone looked good. He didn't look bad. He just got caught because his style. He didn't move his head, dude. He was just sitting like his head was right there. It's like he doesn't. Like, he has his own training. He has his own gym. He has his own coaches. He's not like. And I'm a huge Cowboy Cerrone fan, but he hasn't changed his style, man. And now the sport's evolved, man. You got to be able to move. It's a different game, man. But he's getting one more fight though. They said at lightweight, so hopefully they give him somebody that's gonna be a good fight for him.
Why do you think I asked you?
Yeah. No, I love the guy. No, I hate seeing that shit. I hate seeing guys the end of their career losing like this. It's just sad, man.
One other thing. You really thought Billy Joe Saunders was ahead in that fight?
I thought he was coming on, man. He had a couple of very good rounds.
He was coming on, but I didn't have him ahead.
It was. I think it was close. It was very close.
I had it 4-3.
That could very well be, but I'm saying when it's that close, and like I was surprised he didn't go up the stool, man. I'm like, wow, the fight was much better than I thought it was going to be.
Well, his eye was, his face was caved in.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, his eye was. I mean, listen, that's coming from a sport where you watch the UFC and they're fucking got gashes over their eye. You watch the fight with Joanna Jędrzejczyk and the girl that just won a title, just lost her title.
Yeah,
their foreheads all swollen up, and their eyes are all like, sometimes it's a barbaric sport, man. And when it's a monumental, big money fight like that, a lot of times they fight through that shit. Like, you know what? I want to win the title. I want to win this.
I agree, and he went back on his word. He said, "I would rather die in the middle of the ring than throw in the towel."
Yeah, I mean, but see, the only thing is that the job of a coach or a trainer is to protect the fighter from themselves. When they can't defend themselves, in theory, what you're supposed to do is throw a towel in. You're supposed to say, "Listen, man, you're done. Like you can't see the right hand punch you in the face. You can come out." So it's a fine line, man. It is. I was surprised until I saw damage to his face. I couldn't really see it, but I was like, it is what it is. He had a good showing, and Canelo was just fucking. His uppercuts were nasty.
Yeah.
Do you like my new catchphrase? Face for Tyrone.
Wait, what was it?
The catchphrase for Tyrone.
Oh, no, what is it?
I smell waffle.
I smell a waffle. Absolutely, man. Tyrone was good last week.
I was saying he was actually good last week. So.
No, because I had to edit it because Tyson, you know what the real phrase is, right? Tyson, please tell me you know what the real phrase is.
How do you know it?
I don't know it.
Tyson.
So I smell bullshit?
Tyson, no. Tyson, you don't know the phrase, Tyson?
For Tyrone?
Yes.
I'm lost. I don't know it.
You've seen the movie Have you seen the movie House Party, Tyson?
Oh, I fucking forgot. Yes, you told me this last week. Shit, I forgot. I'm tired, man. I've been up since 5 this morning.
You've seen the movie, right?
I've seen the movie, yes.
You know the phrase. I smell. It's a type of cat.
Cat.
Now I know where you're going.
Oh shit.
That's the shot fire.
No, so I had to edit it and say
Waffles is much better. We'll stick with waffle. That's much better off.
Yes, hey, you should add that. You should add that to your soundboard.
That's another thing. Prime Time's got two things he's got to do. Prime Time's got to get his credentials and add that to our soundbite.
Add my voice. And add my voice.
You got it.
You want your voice on the soundboard?
When it's Tyrone waffling, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Jose, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Have a good night, man.
I've got a no break.
Oh, yes, and no breaks.
Have a good night, man. Love it.
Jose comes in prepared, man. He knows his shit pretty well. Yeah, the Cowboys throw anything bothers me out, man. I hate that shit. So there was what is this? There was a question up here. I wanted to go back to it. Jose knows his shit. He knows his music. He knows his movies. So Tyson, what would you do if a trainer from out of town walked into the Nick Catone and said he could teach you to death punch? Go for it. I mean, the guy with Diego Sanchez as trainer is a complete clown, man. I mean, it's just. I mean, you see it you'll see like on Instagram. I try to follow like a lot of different trainers and schools. You always want to see what everybody else is teaching. So sport and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you see some people doing like pad work, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why is that on Instagram? Like, I wouldn't put that from my school. Like, that's horrendous. It's but people put, like in the one lady, there's a I run the boardwalk. I go from like Deal to Asbury and all this stuff like down the boardwalk. And there's this lady who teaches boxing. So she has her client with boxing gloves on, and she's teaching them punches on the boardwalk, like in this little like grassy area.
Yeah,
it's awful, dude. I'm dying to know how much money she makes doing it, because the guy's there every week, and she's like, "Come on, jab, jab, jab," like a Taibo kind of thing. It's on the boardwalk and and it's awful. It's the worst.
It could just be like for cardio, not necessarily like training him to fight.
But she tries to teach like, okay, jab, cross, hook. I'm looking, I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's so bad, dude. I'm like, she's just scamming this person. But I'm like, whatever. I guess, you never know people are going to say. So as we wrap things up, Wednesday night, prime time. What time are you free Wednesday?
Should be good by 8 o'clock.
All right. So we'll do Wednesday at 8, tomorrow night, 8:30. And that's a wrap. So talk to you guys later.
Have a good night.